Welcome to Season 3 of Talking with Teachers. I'm your host, Gab McGaw, and I'm here with chemistry teacher, Dr. Colavita. So, Doctor, what's the backstory behind becoming a teacher?
Backstory was I originally an anesthesiologist. And as I did that for 39 years, I thought, what would I do in retirement? What could I do? So still interact with people, still have something interesting, still maybe add some value to something that I could do when I got tired of doing what I did for 39 years. And I thought about teaching. So I started that journey about maybe 3 years ago. And I looked to see where I can start to teach. So that was sort of like the backstory for doing that. So I was lucky enough to get 2 positions working as a long-term substitute teacher. One doing 7th and 8th grade science, the other one doing chemistry at Del Barton School. So I got to do those one for 7 months, one for 5 months, and I liked it. So I started to look for a full-time job and ended up here.
That's awesome. So, did you want to teach at CBA, or was it just like you had the opportunity?
I wanted to teach at I preferred an all-boys school. My boys went to Del Barton because I used to live up in North Jersey. I now live in Point Pleasant, so I live in South Jersey. So I wanted a place that was nearby. I wanted to teach. For me, I thought it would be better to teach single sex, either boys. I prefer not girls. I was saying there's no crying in chemistry, but I figured I would just do all boys school. So this job came up, and I also had looked at Red Bank Catholic, and that one was co-ed. So luckily I got offered a job here.
That's awesome. So was there a reason to go into chemistry, or would you want another subject?
Well, I originally 3 years ago, I applied for a job here teaching biology, and I didn't get it. And that was my major in college. My major in college was biology, but I had taken a lot of chemistry in college, and being in anesthesia, we work with a lot of medications, so we're working with drugs and chemicals and everything all the time. So when I got the job substituting at Del Barton for chemistry, turned out I could teach it. I mean, I read the book over that summer, did some of the practice problems myself, and I said I know it well enough to teach it, because that's the thing. You have to be able to be, like if you ask me a question in class, I can't be, I got to go look it up. I mean, that's an okay answer, but you can't do that all the time. So chemistry worked out, and that's what was available here. I mean, there's not a lot of science. I don't want to teach physics. I don't think I'm good enough in physics, so I was down to bio or chem.
Biochem, awesome. And do you have any hobbies outside of school?
Yeah, I have a few. I do. I have a vegetable garden, so I make a lot of produce. This year I had a lot of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, so I was making tomato jam out of them, which was actually really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, different spices. That was really good. A lot of cucumbers. I gave them away. Probably like over 100 cucumbers. Brought some here to the people in the office. Other hobbies I have. I do like a project thing. I do chair caning, like old chairs that have like the weave and stuff. I learned how to cane those. I got a book, and I bought a bunch of chairs, and they all broke, and it was too expensive to get them fixed. So I figured out a way to do them. So I could do that kind of weaving for caning of chairs, and I do a lot of stuff around the house, like paint and do like regular things. But those are kind of my basic hobbies. And I cook a lot. I do a lot of cooking.
Can you go into depth on caning? What is caning?
Caning is like when you buy like little bamboo, thin little strips. And when you do a chair, a lot of chairs have like a 200 or small little cuts, holes in them. So you weave in one, go across to the other, come back. Then you go over, back and forth, up and down. Then you go cross, then you go angle, and you do angle the other way. All weaving in and out, up and down, over and under. And they make those kind of nice caned, chairs that you might see in an old person's house. So we had a bunch of those chairs, so I learned how to do it.
That's pretty awesome. And you were talking about a garden. How long did you start that garden?
Just really about 4 years ago, because we live down near the beach. We're not on the beach, but so the soil's pretty bad. So I have what's called raised bed garden. So you make big boxes out of wood, so they're about 12 inches high, 4 by 4, and then you get good soil, peat moss, compost, topsoil, mix it all together, and you can use that as your base for your soil. So this year I had tomatoes, cucumbers, Italian peppers, regular peppers, lettuce, like lots and lots of tomatoes. I had watermelon, but my watermelon crossbreeded with the cucumbers. It's probably in the same family. And I got these little melons that when you cut them inside, half of it was red like a watermelon, and the other half, saying that tastes like watermelon, the other half was sort of like whitish, and it tasted like cucumber.
That's awesome.
It's pretty much crazy.
So if you could give any piece of advice to like the students, what would that be?
Well, for me, it's like always be learning. Like always, like for me, after I did, I did pediatrics, did anesthesia. I went and got my MBA. I learned how to do acupuncture. I'm taking Spanish classes now. It's all like it makes you an interesting person. If you're always reading, always learning something, it just keeps your mind active, but it also, I think, allows you to be like a more interesting person. That you could talk to anybody and be able to find something that you know, or be able to at least ask an intelligent question about what they were interested in. So I would just say just always never stop learning.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And like, what are your goals for your teaching career in the next few years? Are you looking to change from a different chem?
No, I did honors chem and regular chem before. I don't think I'd want to do AP chem. I mean, I could probably relearn a lot of that stuff, but I'm comfortable doing this and trying to help people to understand who maybe don't like chem to get something out of it. You don't have to still like chem when you're done, but at least say, that was kind of interesting, or to come away with, as I said in the first day of class, it's about learning how to solve problems. So if you could take something out of the class other than, say, just chemistry, or give me some information, how do I solve a problem, and you go back to something you learned in chem, that'd be cool.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.